Hi, Paul Hagen with Max Air Trampolines here, and we're going to install this 7x14 Superfly trampoline bed for your maximum height and enjoyment for outdoor trampolining. We've got our pit pre-dug here, all set to go. So we're going to take you through step by step on how to install the trampoline. We've got our hole ready. We're going to put the landscaping ties in the ground. We're going to square them up, make them true, and get our first course laid, get everything level, and then build up from there. And we'll be showing you through each step of the process on installing your Max Air trampoline. All right, now what we've done here is we've set the trampoline up, cut it. So we're looking at, from inside to inside, we're gonna go 111.5 inches. That's inside and inside. For the first row, our length is gonna end up being 195 inches. What we're gonna do then is consecutively build out a ½ inch on each tie at each end until we hit our numbers, which are 116.25 by 200.25, and we're gonna build up. So that's gonna be our top row, 5 high. All right, and we'll go through and explain that a little more. Right now, we're gonna go connect this corner up here. Kind of like to pre-drill the hole so I can get started real easy. And then what I'm gonna do, roll that over, bring this up, and get a good square here. And I'm just gonna pound this in. All right, now, at this end is where we're gonna start. We're gonna level everything out all the way around. We may have to put a little dirt underneath, make sure our ties and everything are perfectly level all the way around. After that's done, we'll do the squaring process. Okay, now we're gonna set the second layer back off just a ½ inch. So I'm gonna measure here. I'm gonna be just a ½ inch there. Okay, now we're gonna put a spike. Give me a spike here. As I start to go through, I'm gonna make sure I'm within my ½ inch. As you can see now, what we're gonna do is step these things back. All right? We're also gonna check our distances. And we're looking for, we're just gonna bring this bottom row in a little bit. So we're at 111.25, and that's what we want. And we'll start building our second row. We've already leveled this in to make sure it's level. So we've got it level. We're gonna work it all the way around, get the whole bottom. And second row, we're gonna check level. We're gonna check squareness. All right, we're gonna drill across the top here. We have a joint here, so we're gonna put a spike right there on this side of the joint and another spike on that side of the joint, and then we're gonna just drill down. So we're using anywhere from 4, depending on the 4 to 5 ties or spikes per each tie.
Thanks, Max.
Now that we've got the bottom row kind of set and locked into place, the first 2 rows, we're going to make sure we're square. So what we're doing is we're measuring from corner to corner, and right now I got 224.5. We're going to come over here. I'm going to hopefully hit that same number. Right in there at 224.5. If one side's longer than the other, you just gotta shift it, pound it back a little bit so it gets square. So we want to have a true rectangle here. Okay. As you're going up each level, you might be knocking things out of level. So make sure each level you're checking all the way around the unit for perfect levelness. Because some of the boards have some warp in them, and you may have to pound the board and get the warp out of it. Okay, so we want nice and level, all levels, all 5 rows up, nice and level. All right, at the 4th level, we ran a tie back here. We put one underneath this dug in. We're gonna bury this. This is gonna help this wall from tipping in. So that's what we're doing. With our extra pieces of wood, we're just gonna stick them on here and kind of bury them, okay? All right, now, we've just completed the top row all the way around. We're just finishing up. So what we're gonna do, make sure we're level, okay, all the way around. And then we're gonna end up double checking our squareness, both directions, which I showed you earlier. Then after that, we're gonna wrap the whole outside with landscaping fabric. So when we fill in, we'll have landscaping fabric so that the dirt does not seep into the wood, and it'll help keep the wood to last many more years. All right, we've completely gone around the outside of the trampoline with the landscaping fabric. Now we're going to take and put the landscaping fabric here down. We're going to staple it in to keep it in place while we drop stone down here. And we're going to work this whole side all the way across. Run a strip, come back, run another strip, run another strip, run another strip. And get it covered. All right, now we've completed putting the landscaping fabric in. We're going to install the frame on top right now. We're going to find our center of the wall, center there, and then lay our trampoline out from the center. And then tomorrow they're going to come in, put the stone in, do the backfill, and then we'll be setting up the rest of this thing. All right, we're going to lay out the trampoline frame. The short pieces go on the ends. You're going to find the center of the short piece, find the center of the wall, line up here, and then work out from there. Here, right now we're just finishing up the bolting down of this. We got this nifty impact driver here. Works sweet. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about our trampoline spring here. We've got a longer, narrower spring. That's your corner spring. Now, we're going to do one corner about 15 inches in from there, because that's our spring stretch, and about 15 inches in from there is our corner. And we end up putting 2 corner springs on the side, on the long side, and 1 corner spring on the short side. What this does is it's self-centering. So if you land in this corner, those springs are stiffer, they don't uncoil as far, and it doesn't throw you off the trampoline. It stops you and throws you back to the center. It's a safety thing, and it gives you even a smoother bounce. So as you're bouncing around, it tends to get you back in the middle of the trampoline. So that's really important. A lot of people don't understand this corner spring is really valuable. Don't put it on the side, in the corner. 2 on the side, 1 on the end, and then we have our side spring here, and those are going to hook on. Boom. And then we're going to end up hooking our bed on. Now, we haven't finished yet. We've still got to put some more dirt in on the side for our soldiers so this side doesn't bow in. So we're going to hold off right now till our backhoer fills in the this side of the trampoline, and then we'll be able to put the rest of the trampoline together. All right, now that we've got the grass seed all raked in and we're ready to go, we're going to install the corner of the trampoline. We're going to do each 1 spring in each corner, and then we're going to go around and do a 2nd spring in each corner so it kind of centers, and then we can move the springs around if we need to. So you're just basically taking this, hook 1 corner spring up. I'm going to go to the other corner here, do 1 spring. All right, got 4 in there, so now I'm going to start here in this corner. Try and keep it nice and straight back. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my buddy over on the other end. He's going to hook up a spring, I'm going to hook up a spring, and we're just going to work back and forth till we have the ends done, and then we're going to work across from each other and do the sides. We'll have this thing together in a couple of minutes. Okay, now we've laid out the pads, got them exactly where we want them. We've got this flap here that sticks out along the edge. You can see right along here. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck this under, flip the pad up, put a spike through it, and hold so it holds it in place. So we've got the Velcro over here. Lift this up. You kind of figure exactly where it's going to end up. Line this up. Get your pad, lift it up. Take a spike here. Spike it down to the ground. That way the wind doesn't make it, let it blow away. You can always put a big washer on it. Get that in. And that's how that gets spiked down. Tuck those in. Tuck those flaps in. Get them all spiked down all the way around. And start enjoying the trampoline in your backyard. Okay, now that we've completed the installation, it's time to bounce on the trampoline. It takes about 2 days, 3 days for the bed to loosen up. We got a really special paint on there to make sure the UV rays don't penetrate it and that you don't have to fix the strings all the time. So it's going to take a few days to get extra high bouncing. He's just having fun here right now. He's actually bouncing really low. This trampoline will get him over 20 feet in the air. So make sure you get a Max Air trampoline when you're ready to do your trampoline bouncing.